My family of 5 and a cat are moving from Florida to Portugal, and today is our visa appointment. I'm going to take you through the whole day of what's going to go on because today is a life-changing day. I have recorded this before because this is the second time us trying to do our visa. However, we have a direct contact with who we're actually applying with, so we got our information just to make sure that we got everything in order. So I'm very, very hopeful for today, but I'm not holding my breath. A few weeks ago, we had our visa appointment and it went south very, very quickly. They decided to change the rules 3 weeks prior to our appointment without updating the website and without telling anyone. I did a lot of research ahead of time for Spain and Portugal, and every single person told me it was such a difficult process to go through. It's an easy things to get, but no one communicates very well when you're getting a visa. Or if it was easy, everyone would get it, as I would say. But everything is not black and white. It's very much gray. So there is trial and error, and make sure you have plenty of time because the visa appointment that you go for first probably won't be your only one. Thankfully, there's an embassy in Miami and we're in Florida and South Florida, so the drive is only a few hours because of Miami traffic. But we're not coming from out of town because there is not an embassy in every single state. Doing this with 3 kids and having to fly to a different state would have been way more chaotic, so I'm just thankful it's in Florida. We bought a small to medium-sized binder to put all of the necessary requirements plus extra and then realized it was not big enough. So then ended up getting a large one and we had to print out extra documents last night and now we need an extra large binder. The binder is not necessary. I just think it's easier to have everything in line, and I'm very type A OCD to make sure things are in order because I'm very, very nervous for this appointment. For this visa process, you have to have 1-year lease in hand, which is crazy. Just to even apply, you have to have a lease in hand. Even though it could take months to even get approved, you have to pay for that rent, which I don't understand, but I do understand. I don't want to be taking people's resources or be homeless in their country. So I get that part and just having everything in line, but it also really sucks because you can have an apartment empty for months. We thought we got lucky because we got an apartment really last minute before our appointment and our lease doesn't start until January 1st. But even with it starting January 1st, there's no way we're moving January 1st. Especially with our big delay and this being our second process, it's been interesting. Our last appointment, they changed the rules, and with the FBI background check, you needed to be apostilled. Beforehand, you had the FBI background check and you were not allowed to open it. And that was a big deal, and a lot of people told us that. However, now they do want you to open it, send it to the state. Only one person in Florida, is the state treasury, can get it apostilled. You send it over, you pay for it, and it comes down apostilled. They also wanted the birth certificates and marriage certificates apostilled, and the birth certificate and marriage certificates have to be within 3 months of ordering it. So what we did, we ordered from Vital Check, we did it all in one. We ordered the Vital Check birth certificate and marriage license brand new for all 5 of us and have them directly send it to be apostilled. And then they apostilled it and then we sent it back. So we had to do a couple round of payments. It wasn't too crazy expensive, but it's just very annoying. Also, another thing, if you're doing this with kids, on the website, it says you do not have to bring your kids if they're under the age of 14. I don't know how true this is. I guess it depends state by state or person by person, but the first round we brought our 3 kids and there's no electronics, no snacks, nothing allowed. So it was a little interesting to have 3 kids in a little quiet room and just try to make them entertained with literally nothing. So this time we got a babysitter so we didn't have to sit in the car for hours. They didn't have to get car sick. They don't have to be bored sitting in a room. They have to be quiet, et cetera, et cetera. However, we did email our direct guide and said, hey buddy, we're just double checking because again, things aren't black and white. Do we need the kids? And they said yes. So I'm glad we asked because we would have got to this whole appointment and then just cried on the way home because you can't just come immediately back and to start the appointment over. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're just even thinking about the visa process or in the start of visa process, please make your appointment first. Make it months in advance if you need to, but getting an appointment with the embassy is so difficult. There's only one person, literally one person, one office, but with only one person in it that will literally do the Portugal visa process. So it was a nightmare to find an appointment. When you go onto the website, it pretty much just says no appointments available. There's no option, just no appointments available. I've checked so many times and it was a struggle for months and months. And then we found out which this is not fully true because it doesn't say it anywhere, but on the first of the month at midnight, apparently they drop. We found appointments at midnight. So I don't know if it goes by quarter. October 1st is when we found our first appointment and there's multiple open. So I don't know, but don't hope for it, but let's be hopeful. Okay. First appointment that we had with the embassy that we went in person, I ended up leaving crying just because I knew this was going to delay us by months because I didn't think we were going to be able to get an appointment, but crying pays for it. I have been documenting this all over TikTok, and I went over like crying does pay for it. I've been taking you guys step by step through TikTok, so if you want to go see it, go ahead. I have a whole playlist. But by me crying, I got a direct email from the guy, so I was able to ask him questions. I took full advantage of that, and I was like, hey, we got all our paperwork. Can we come in? He's like, can you be ready in 2 days? I said, absolutely. Sign me up, baby. Being a content creator and being able to work from home and work from anywhere, it's been a privilege, and I understand that because I can just drop everything and go do appointments and go do this and go do that. If I was working a full-time job, 9 to 5, in person, or even online where I have to sit on a computer, and you want to start this process, do allow a major amount of time, because we did this with 6 months. I would need a year. Okay. Things take so long and things are just so categorized and it's stressful. You have to do things within 3 months, but it takes weeks to get here. But then your appointment's here. It's very categorized of exact dates. I'm over explaining this. Just make sure you have enough time, because I don't think there's a way you can get this done in 3 months, especially DIY doing this yourself. Because when we try to look for a company to do this, it was like 20 grand we were quoted. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm yapping because I'm nervous a lot, but I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of exactly what's in our binder, all the details, how we're doing it, and all the stuff. But today we're going to our appointment. So come with me, Travel Bessie, because it's about to be interesting. We are on our way to Miami, and we picked up some Good Luck French fries. I know a lot of people eat these French fries for good luck for IVF and just in general good luck. So we need all the luck and the good vibes. We end up getting kids Happy Meals to make them happy, because today is going to be a long, boring day for them. And now they got a little Sonic toy that they can play with during the actual appointment as well. We brought crayons, and we brought a whole bunch of coloring books. They're not allowed to have any electronics. We're not allowed to have any electronics, so they can't play with their phones. They can't play with iPads and like that. So are you ready to go? We're nervous. We're going to be like very early. I think we're getting there at 12:40, and our appointment's not until 1:30, and you can't walk in until at least 1:20, 1:25. Anyways, I'm nervous and I'm babbling. Okay, see you guys later. After a bathroom break, we're finally here. It's 1:05, and our appointment starts at 1:30, and they're very precise in time. Like, you can only be the maximum 10 minutes early. So we're gonna sit in the car for 10 minutes. I'm gonna leave the camera inside the glove department, and Tesla, you can lock it. Regardless, I'm just nervous babbling. Can't bring any electronics in, so I will see you guys on the flippity flap. It's just nerve-wracking. The kids are wrapping up. We're in the bathroom. The kids are wrapping up. It's miserable. So he told us a different number than what is supposed to be in the money order, so I'm running across the street to Publix to get one for 3 checks for $95.06. Thankfully, it is Publix, but nerve-wracking. I got the checks. I had to run to Publix, but I got them. 3 at $95.06. All the information on the website was wrong, so this is so nerve-wracking. We're almost done. We officially did it. We applied for a Portugal D7 visa. It was a little chaotic. It was a little over 2 hours, and I'm going to get into the nitty gritty and give a whole video of exactly what we needed, what we didn't need, because things are definitely not black and white. Like they said, we didn't need our kids, and we brought the kids, and it looks like we didn't need the kids. Regardless, it took about 2.5 hours for all 5 of us. We had to run across Publix, like you probably saw, to get a cashier's check or money order for a different amount. That was confusing. Hopefully it's right, because he seemed like he didn't really know what he was doing, and that makes me really anxious. We also don't know if we can fully go to Portugal right now, or we have to stay in the States, because he couldn't clarify it. But the kids were absolutely horrible. They're absolutely horrible. We were in the car for so long, and then we had to go into a quiet office for 2.5 hours. They were shaking. They were so hyper. They were just like, if you know, you know. 3 little kids in a quiet room is just not fun, especially when it's important documents are going on. But we did it. I'll keep you guys updated, but we officially did it. Time to celebrate.